Good afternoon. Hello, Chris. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Claire Allen and Chris Dowling from the Uckfield podcast and from Uckfield Chamber, bringing this to you today. Our monthly podcast, and this is our midsummer one. And finally, it feels like summer. The last couple of days we've had glorious sunshine in Uckfield, so we're all really happy and thrilled about that. I hope it lasts now. So yeah, we're having a chat today, let you know what all the latest news is in Uckfield on the Uckfield business scene. We've got a fantastic guest with us today from Crusader Vehicles. That's Sean Wares, and we'll be chatting to him to find out about his business a little bit later. So, Chris, why don't you say hi, introduce yourself, tell us what's going on.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I'm Chris Dowling. I'm the president of the Uckfield Chamber and enjoying doing the job, having taken over from Gary King back in the spring. I'm also a business consultant, business mentor as well. But very pleased to be here working with Claire on the podcast today. And we've got Gordon Manklow backstage pressing buttons and putting levers and making sure it all works. And Gordon does a great job, albeit off screen. But delighted to be here and looking forward to talking to Sean from Crusader Vehicles a little bit later. Wanted to kick off with some business news. So let's go straight to that. Let's firstly mention the Uckfield Business Awards. This is the biannual event that's organised by Uckfield Chamber. We're really into it now. The nominations have closed, the entries have closed. We have a record number of entries this year, which is absolutely tremendous. And those of us who are sponsors, and we have some 12, 15 categories, each with a sponsor. I'm pleased to say I'm one of the sponsors. We're waiting to have our list of entrants, which we will then review, judge, and dare I say, produce a 1, 2, 3 of finalists, and that will all come out later into summer. But exciting times ahead for the judges and for the entrants. The big event is on Thursday, the 26th of September at the Sussex National. Big gala, black tie gala evening, and we're all looking forward to that. So something very special. Before that, we've got the Ashdown Radio Business Expo, also at the East Sussex National Hotel. That's 2 weeks today, Thursday, the 11th of July, being organised by Ashdown Radio. Our friend Gary King, who's not with us today, but Gary's put a lot of effort, a lot of organisation into this. It's going to be a very big event. Gary told me the other day there are some 60 or so businesses from across the Wealdon district taking part. So please do come. It's free of charge. It's 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock at the East Sussex National. You don't have to pay to come in, but by coming along, you'll meet a lot of businesses from around the Wealdon district. Come along, talk to them, chat to them, look for new services, look for new contacts. Please do. There's a new business in town, Balcombe Flooring, who are at the top end of the town, where Cowbourne Cutting Hair Salon used to be. So we welcome them into Uckfield. We hope that they do well in Uckfield and working with the community in Uckfield. And there's also a new nail bar. You may have spotted the dare I say, what was the toilets down near the river, near the railway station. Was a little cafe. That's now a nail bar. So do make yourselves aware of that. And we wish any business that's new to Uckfield the very best of luck and hope they all go well. That's the business news. Can I also mention business grants? This is really very generic, but there are lots and lots of business support grants out there for family businesses, SMEs, startups. They are principally run by the Growth Hub. There are growth hubs throughout the country. The East Sussex Growth Hub is run by East Sussex County Council. If you're growing your business, if you're expanding your business, if you've got particular features in your business, there's a big rural grant out at present. Do contact the Chamber and we can point you in the right direction on business grants. You'll be surprised what you find out there, and you can be surprised what's available. It's not a giveaway, but do inquire if you think there's something there for you. Please do. Okay, right. Thank you. That's the business news.
Thanks, Chris. I just actually want to point out with Ashdown Radio, the expo, I believe there's still a stand available if anybody wants to exhibit.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Yeah.
So
Anybody wants to take up that space, please contact Gary King at Ashdown Radio. Come to the Chamber. Last minute opportunity.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Yes, lots going on as always in Uckfield. Pleased to hear that. So now, without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Sean Wares, who is from a local business, who is just joined the Chamber recently, I believe. So yes, Sean Wares, Crusader Vans. Hello, welcome to the podcast. Nice to see you there. And I know you've been having internet problems this morning, so we're just keeping our fingers crossed that it all holds firm while we have a chat to you.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah. So Sean, you're based in Buxted, I believe.
Yes, we're based in on the High Street in Buxted. We've been here for a number of years now. We purchased what was, I think, previously the upholsterers. Prior to that, I think it's been a petrol station and a car dealership. So yeah, we're returning it to its original purpose.
Fantastic. Yeah, I think you're quite visible there, aren't you, by the roundabout? I know when I drive past, I see all the vans outside.
Yeah, lots of brand new vans outside. Yeah.
So tell us about the business, Sean. I mean, how long has the business been in existence? How did it all start? It's been around a while, I know.
Yes. So we're actually celebrating our 20th year trading. We didn't start out as Crusader vehicles. We started up in Manor Royal in London 20 years ago. Keith and Dave, Keith recently retired, but Keith and Dave started it. Dave's the current managing director. Back then in 2004, we were online only. One of the very first companies to start offering new van discounts online, as far as I'm aware. And we went by the name of Buy Vans Cheaper. And over time, we've moved closer to Uckfield, and Dave and Keith both live in Heathfield. So driving up to London every day to operate an online business when there were possibly better options right on the doorstep seemed like a good thing to do. So yeah, we're very lucky. We're able to buy the building here in Buxted and make ourselves at home here and still be going 20 years later and enjoying growth and success.
Well, that's fantastic to hear. Growth and success and a local business is all good news. Really pleasing. So in terms of your team, how many members of staff have you got there?
So we have held pretty steady at around 20 members of staff for the past 2 to 3 years now. I suppose we could always take more people on, but it's about finding the balance, isn't it? Not pushing yourself too far too quickly. The last few years has been really good for our sector, but of course it's really important to try and grow steadily, have a well insulated business, and be resilient, because you never know when that could change, obviously.
No, quite right. And what about your role within the business, Sean?
So I came in about 7.5 years ago as an account manager. I'd never been an account manager before. I literally just sold cars in a dealership to people walking in off the street. I quite like the idea of turning my hand to maintaining existing relationships, helping to nurture and grow relationships with businesses up and down the country and help them to expand their fleet of vehicles. So the time seemed right. 7.5 years later, I've been the sales manager. I'm now the operations manager, and I've sort of overseen the sort of change and growth. I can't take all the credit for it, but I've kind of overseen that over the past 3 or 4 years, and it's great to see we've really kicked on, and our numbers have grown, and the number of vehicles that we're supplying have increased, as has our customer base, and some of the products that we're now able to offer.
No, exciting stuff. That's fantastic. Chris, have you got any questions?
Yeah. Good to see you, Sean. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Good
Chris.
to give you the opportunity to talk about Crusader and what Crusader are doing, and the information you've given us so far about the background and the history is very interesting. But you're getting more involved in the Uckfield and local area community, and I know that you're sponsoring one of the categories in the Business Awards. What else are you doing locally? What's this motivation to get more involved? Good as and we're delighted that you're doing it, but tell us more about that, please.
I think that we've always kind of shouted about the fact that because of the way that we're set up, we can take a vehicle from a dealer in Shropshire and get it delivered to Edinburgh and have it financed by a finance company in Bristol, for example, and we can do all of that electronically and all the rest of it. Nationwide sales is great, and we always looked at local business as it's great that we're able to do local business as well, but we felt that we could always do more to look after businesses in the local area and use our expertise and our connections and our discounts and finance products to be able to grow our presence in the local area and start doing more business and supporting local businesses with deals on new vehicles and you know, being an office full of well-versed account managers with great connections and being able to offer solutions to businesses that have a mixed need for vehicles. You know, not everybody runs a fleet of Ford Transit vans, you know, and we'd like to try and accommodate people that run maybe a tipper, a small van, a crew van, and you know, have a company car for people that work in the office. You know, we can do all of that, and we probably haven't spent enough time telling businesses in the local area that we can.
Because it's very much about probably a matter of working from the centre outwards, sort of just going radiating out from Uckfield to the coast to Tunbridge Wells and then towards London as well. So there's plenty of businesses around. With Gatwick Airport's not far away. We've got 250,000 people living down on the coast in the Brighton and Hove area. So there's a lot there on our doorstep. So
is,
take the most of that. And just on the business awards, what was the particular interest in the sole trader category that you're very kindly sponsoring, though? Why that one?
Well, sole traders are bread and butter for Crusader. We have been selling vans to sole traders for 20 years. And I would say that the team that we have in-house are really well suited to speaking to sole traders, understanding what they need, finding them a great deal, and persevering to get a bespoke solution. We understand what it takes for one or two people to run a small growing business and the challenges that they face, and we felt that, you know, that represents Crusader. There couldn't be a better category in the awards that kind of speaks about the sort of business that we want to help.
Okay, good.
Yes. And on that note, I mean, the Chamber itself has over 200 local businesses as members. So if you were to talk to those people who wanted a fleet or just a one-off van, what would be a good solution for a local delivery van, something local that someone was running around in? I mean, is the EV a good choice these days for short journeys?
For short journeys, definitely. There aren't a great many hybrid options available in the van market, and not a fantastic array of plug-in hybrids. I mean, I was quite keen to experience it for myself. I've got a plug-in hybrid car, and to be honest, I wouldn't look back now. I love the fact that I can plug it in at home or use the charging network, get in the car in the morning and have a full battery. You know, the same is true for vans. You know, charge it up on site or at home overnight, get in, and you've got, you know, 100, 200 miles to do your daily business with. It's very few businesses that are sort of operating in a sort of local, maybe 15 to 20 mile radius that would need any more than 100 miles a day worth of charge. I think it's just getting people to realise that, you know, we're all very good at doing the same thing, but we need to embrace change. It's coming whether we like it or not. If you're working in the local area, then electric is maybe not what you need, but you need to consider it at the very least. Have that option on the table. Work out how much you can save by having an electric vehicle over a diesel vehicle, because by 2030, 2035, we're all going to be in electric vehicles, so we've got to get on board.
Yeah, is that becoming a more popular choice now for vans? People looking at vans, are they asking you about EV?
At the moment, for sole traders, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a consideration. Diesel is still the king when it comes to the type of engine that people will be seeing in their in the commercial vehicle market. There is growing EV adoption in larger fleets that have commitments to reducing their CO2 emissions, hopefully getting to net zero targets. For us, we are pushing the electric agenda. Most of the cars that we supply through the business now are electric or at least a plug-in hybrid. I haven't seen the adoption of EV cars being as slow as the media seems to be saying it is. Vans slightly lagging behind. I think part of that is the cost. If you're looking for a large electric van, for example, you could be talking, 40 to 60,000 pounds plus that, depending on which way the wind's blowing and how much the manufacturer needs to get those registrations in on any given day. I think small electric vans are becoming more and more affordable, and that's probably where we're going to see the biggest growth. Will be the likes of the e-Partner, the e-Berlingo, the e-Combo. Those vans are all made by the same manufacturer. They're being built in larger volumes, and I think that's kind of where we're going to see the biggest adoption of electric vans in the coming years. Medium and large vans may be slightly behind, but I think we're getting there.
Yeah, and like you say, it's coming, whether we like it or not. So people start getting on board with it. And I guess in terms of availability of vans as well, it's down to the manufacturers as well, I guess, isn't it, to have the vehicles available. So
yeah, one thing that we've found is that despite the supply chain challenges that we've had over the past 2 to 3 years, electric's been an ever-present, because I think you need to manufacture a certain amount of electric vehicles. If you're a manufacturer, there are targets around that. Also, the slower adoption has meant that if you're in the market for an electric van, there'll always be something available at fairly short notice if you know the right people to speak to.
Yeah, and the right people to speak to are yourselves. So you're a local market leader, which is very good. And that's why we're very pleased to see you today. Just tell us about some of the vehicles that you can supply. We've seen some very interesting photographs of vehicles of different sizes and shapes. Do you want to just take us through there? In more detail. It'd be good to hear about that.
Most of the vehicles that we do are delivered straight from the fleet supplier. So that will be a larger dealer group, and it will go directly from them straight to our customer, whether that's based in Uckfield or whether that's in Edinburgh. The vehicles that we process through our own site is where it starts to get a little bit more interesting. But we spotted that there was a market there for things that kind of stood out a little bit from the crowd, and we launched our own product called Vortex, and that is basically modifications, exterior modifications. We don't play around with the engine or anything that could kind of interfere with the manufacturer's warranty, but it's a product that's designed to make a little bit of a statement. That could be upgrading the interior, so retrimming the seats in leather, upgrading the manufacturer's standard alloy to a larger or more eye-catching design, wheel arch extensions, front and rear spoilers. So we'll get the vehicle delivered to us. We'll get the modifications done, depending on how extensive they are. That could be sort of a week's work up to about 3 weeks, and then we sort of roll out the finished product. And some of the results have been really spectacular. It's such an eye-catching kind of sort of deviation from the norm, basically. Not everybody wants to be seen to be driving what the rest of us are. Some people like to stand out, and we like to help them stand out if we can.
Yeah, stand out for the crowd. Why not? The upgrade work done, the conversion work that's being done, the other work that's being done. Where is it done?
So there's part of it that's done on site. So we'll get the guys that do the leather to come down and retrim. We can do the fitting of the parts on site. Then we've got a body shop located nearby that will do the finishing touches with the paint. So it's something that we sort of oversee and have a high degree of control over. It's not sort of done miles and miles away. The vans are always kind of in sight, in reach, if you will. Yes.
Yeah. And you're working with local businesses, you're working with local people, so it's all helping generate local economy there in the Uckfield.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, right. I mean, our paint shop is 10 minutes drive, just the other side of Framfield.
Right. Okay. And also, you have access to all British-made vehicles and vehicles made overseas. So whether you want a Ford or a Volkswagen or a Japanese or Korean car, you can do the full range, and you have access to the full range.
Yeah, right across the board. Any commercial vehicle or car, doesn't matter where it's made. Obviously, it's great to support the British economy, and if you want to do that, then the Vauxhall product is a great choice, assembled and rolls off the production line in the UK. We've got very strong affiliation with Vauxhall, but we'll do a Kia, Hyundai, even the new Chinese EVs that are coming over and disrupting the market. We're seeing some interest on those as well. So
So there's no barriers then. You take all comers.
If you can think it, we can do it. And
I like the slogan.
That extends beyond commercial vehicles. We also have access to all of this funding opportunity, so we can get asset finance in place for people who are looking to purchase plant, machinery, any of the large stuff that needs the help of a finance company for a business purchase. We can assist with that as well.
Yeah, you can facilitate all of that then. So you said you work with people in Bristol. I know a finance house in Bristol. I wonder if they're the same one, but perhaps we won't go into that though. But there we are. So.
Well, they've got an office in Bristol, but they're actually the head office is in France. So
right, it's probably not the one I'm thinking of there, but
maybe
nonetheless.
Not.
So okay, but our colleague Gordon has got a question. Perhaps we'll let him bring that in at this stage. I think Claire and I have got a few other comments to make, but can we take Gordon's question, which is there on screen for you?
Yeah, so if you can't, I don't know if you can see the screen, but it's so Gordon has an EV car at the moment, which is about to come to the end of its term. So he wants to understand what kind of finance is available for him when looking for a new vehicle. So obviously he's not doing it through a business, but maybe you can sort of explain to us all the different types of finance really that are available for financing vehicles.
Yeah, so we offer all methods of purchase. That ranges from sort of outright, just finding you a great deal on a cash purchase of a vehicle. We offer hire purchase as well, whether that's got some capital deferred until the end of the loan. So that would be a PCP or a hire purchase with a balloon. that's something that we can offer. Most of what we do is contract hire, which is a simple form of leasing where you have what's effectively a long-term rental on a car or a van, and you hand it back to a leasing company at the end of the term, and you're free to decide what to do from there, whether you want to replace it with something else or just walk away completely. And we also, primarily for vans, we do a product called finance lease, which is again another rental product, but rather than handing the van back, you have the opportunity to dispose of the van at the end of the finance term. Whatever you make as profit on the van, the majority of that is yours to keep and use to reinvest into your business or reinvest into your next vehicle purchase. That's an extremely popular product for van users particularly. For cars, primarily what we do is a personal contract hire. That's a very popular option for making a new car as affordable as possible, and you wouldn't believe some of the cars that you can get on these special deals on personal contract hire. We've seen some of the deals that I've seen over the years have been absolutely crazy.
Oh, fantastic! So, how do we get to find out about deals? Are they all on your website, or how do we get to hear about that?
Yeah, so we've got a couple of websites. We've got one which is mainly dedicated to van sales. We've got crusader-vans.co.uk, and we've also got crusadercarleasing.co.uk. We primarily concern ourselves with the sale of vans, but we've got a couple of car experts in-house as well, which have got years and years of experience between them. One of them used to work for BMW Finance. It goes under the name of Alphabet. A lot of people won't be familiar with that, but they're one of the biggest contract hire and leasing providers, as in lenders of money in the UK. So what they don't know isn't worth knowing between them.
Well, it's good to have people like that on board. So just going back to Gordon's question, he was asking about what would be the best deal for him. But of course, I guess you have to look at everybody and every case individually. I mean, what are the kind of things you would be looking at to be able to help someone?
So we try and pride ourselves on a consultative sales approach. It kind of sets us apart from some of the large companies in our industry that will literally just put a price for something online, and you can kind of slide your selectors on their website and kind of pick a price and go ahead with it. What we'll try and do is have a conversation, work out, are you a business owner? Is it prudent for you to run a vehicle through your business? Is it better to do it personally? I mean, we'll always say that your accountant is best placed to help you make these decisions, but we can kind of get a general idea from having a good conversation with anybody that's looking for a vehicle, work out a finance package that works for them, and help you to achieve what you want to achieve. We don't mind how or what you purchase or lease or whatever, but we'll do our best to help you make the right decision, get the right vehicle, and finance it in a way that best suits your circumstances.
Yeah, I guess having plenty of options available gives everybody that flexibility, don't they? So you obviously have fingers in lots of pies and know the market really well, and so you're able to help people.
We get all sorts. We get people that will give us a very broad kind of selection of things that they're looking at, and they're quite happy with anything as long as it roughly fits the bill. Right to people who know exactly what vehicle they want, colour, they've selected all their options, they've built it online on the manufacturer's website already, and they know what their budget and annual mileage is, and you know, that's that's an ideal inquiry for us, because it means we don't have to do an awful lot with it. You know exactly what you want. We've just got to find it for you. But if it needs a little bit of assistance and care and nurturing, then we're absolutely happy to do that as well.
Amazing. So yeah, I mean, I guess leading on to that, then, have you ever had any really unusual requests, things that have been a bit of a surprise or fun to find for people?
And we've had some funny requests. I mean, we do all sorts of vehicles. You know, we do refrigerated vehicles. We do fridge, freezer, window cleaners vans. So, you know, we helped a local business. It's a local cleaning company. They wanted 3 cleaning vans with, I think it was 1,000 litre water tank and cleaning equipment in the back, in the load area. But they also wanted alloy wheels, front and rear spoiler, side skirts, the works. So I think that kind of stands out for me, that one, to have 3 vehicles that were, you know, really aesthetically pleasing on the outside, and then you slide that load door back and it's got a huge water tank fully decked out with a pole cleaning system in the back. Yeah, that's probably my as much as it was a challenge to coordinate all of those things together and deliver the 3 vans at the same time, fully done and kitted out. It was enjoyable trying to rise to that challenge. Yeah.
Perhaps just a final question. Back on the EVs, the EVs are the headline and the emerging headline at present. Are there any barriers to why people may not be engaging? Is the message getting out there about EVs? So what are you doing to particularly promote them and market the EV vehicles and the availability and the benefits of EV vehicles?
We've got a lot of special offers on electric vehicles on our website, and we have sort of regular training with the staff here to develop their product knowledge so they can advise on charge times and ranges, real world, how that's likely to be affected by cold weather, you know, having your phone plugged in, having the air conditioning blasting, all things like that people just probably won't consider looking for a car or van that's battery rather than challenges the infrastructure and charging for people that don't have a driveway or an office where they can just pull up and plug in. If you live in a block of flats with 30 other people and you've got a shared car park, trying to get 30 charging points for 30 different people in that car park is always going to be a huge barrier for adoption. Having charging points curbside for people to pull up and park in the middle of town and plug in while they, you know, do shopping or go for or working on site, maybe doing shop fitting or something like that. That's always going to be an issue as well. Cost was initially the biggest issue, and I think we're starting to solve that problem now. But for most people, it's that terrifying prospect of pulling up somewhere to charge and being right at the end of your range, and you go to the Shell garage in Maresfield, for example, and their EV charging point is out of action. And you can see 8 diesel pumps there, and you're thinking to yourself, why have I bought an electric car? That's the nightmare scenario, and that's what people fret about. The reality is we've got a long way to go with the infrastructure. That does hold people back.
Yeah.
That
It's
is
a,
a
it's,
change
it's a,
taking place.
yeah. It's a matter of market confidence, isn't it? And the market emerging and developing.
Yeah.
And I think that we see the points at Tesco's, we see the points at Shell at Maresfield, we see the points at other places, and hopefully that will build consumer confidence, and people will be more aware that they can access it, and they can do it. And obviously the price of the vehicle as well is very, very important. That's fine. Sean, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Thank you for coming to the podcast and taking the questions from Claire and myself. It's been very comprehensive and very informative. And I'm hoping that as a Uckfield-based business, Buxted-based business, the message will get out there that people are looking for electric vehicles, people are looking for commercial vehicles, have got a wonderful and fantastic provider on their doorstep. And please make the most of your Uckfield Chamber membership as well to help promote that message. So we're very grateful to you. So thank you very much for your time, and we wish you well. Thank you. Thank you. Are you going to stay with us in the background, or you've
Yes, I'll be with you in the background. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you, Claire.
Thank you very much. I think we're going to move on to chamber events now. Here we are. Right. Good. Let me kick off with the next chamber event, which is on Wednesday of next week. We have our monthly virtual networking event. It's online on Zoom. Usually it's Ian who runs it, but Ian's away, so I'm running it instead. So please do come along. It's open to members and non-members. A link has been sent out to those who usually attend. It starts at 9. It runs till 10. For those who attend, you've got a minute of elevation to talk about who you are, your business, what your business does, and we'll have a guest speaker as well. So please do your very best to attend that event on Wednesday of next week. That's Wednesday, the 3rd of July. Right, that's that one. Business Expo, Claire.
Yes, Business Expo. So this is the Ashdown Radio's Expo coming up 11th of July, so not far away now. I know we mentioned it earlier in the intro as well about the business news. So there is one stand available for an exhibitor if you want to take up on this. I think it's going to be an amazing event. It has been on before, so it's not the first time, and I think it's always been very successful. Open to all, free to enter. And on the 11th of July between 10 and 3 at the fabulous East Sussex National. So no need to book in advance, just turn up on the day and go and network like crazy and see all the exhibitors.
Yeah, it's going to be good. The next event after that, they're coming thick and fast. We keep our members fully engaged and fully occupied. That's on the 18th of July, Thursday, 18th of July. This is our summer members event, which we held at the Bluebell Vineyard out at Danehill. Fantastic venue, beautiful scenery, good wine, probably a barbecue. I'm not quite sure what the menu is at present, but it's always a fantastic evening, very enjoyable. Please do your best to attend. You won't regret it if you come to that, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. You need to go onto the Chamber website events page to book, having said all that, though. So please get your booking in and come along and enjoy what will be a very, very good evening. It's our premier members event of the year. So please do your best to attend. That's that one. Right, next.
Yeah, it's a lovely one. Yeah. So Chamber networking breakfast. So in-person breakfast. The next one is at Raisted Centre. £12 booking fee for this one, includes your breakfast. That's on the 9th of August, 7:30 in the morning, nice early start, finishes at 9, so you can get back to the office. So yeah, check out and book on the website as always.
Yep. And what have we got after that?
We've got the podcast, the next Chamber podcast. You'll have to is on the 25th of July. I think we have just now agreed that Karen Bedwell, the new mayor of Uckfield, is going to be coming to speak to us. So it'd be great to catch up with her and find out what she's up to and what her plans for the next year are going to be. Very excited about that one. So I'm not quite sure who's going to be hosting. I suspect myself and Ian will be back by then. So yeah, we'll have another good old session on the 25th of July. So hopefully we'll see you there.
Yeah, should be good. Should be good. But can Claire and I thank you all very much for attending today. Thanks to Sean from Crusader for attending, and also thanks to Gordon, who's backstage, for pressing buttons and doing the videos, and also his question as well. So it's been good to see you all. Been good to talk to you all. Please support the Chamber events over the next 4 to 5 weeks. We're here to support our members. We're here to keep our members engaged. We're here to provide our members with opportunities to talk to other members, to build contacts and help them develop their business. But other than that, it's thank you very much. And we look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
See you next time. Thanks, everyone. Bye.